Hello, welcome to AI Testing with Vijay. In this video, we are going to see about inbuilt markers. We will be learning about skip and skipif inbuilt markers in this video. So the first one is a skip marker, and how we can make use of that we will be seeing in right now with an example. So if you see here the statement, this is unconditionally skips a test no matter what it is. Like, you give a statement which is even true also, it gets skipped. Okay, so in real world where you will use is this, like whether if you have any sort of incomplete tests or incomplete requirements, you can make use of this skip statement there. Or you have some sort of deprecated tests where you had certain a feature which is a way old or legacy one, and you are not using that particular feature right now, so you can use skip at that time. Okay, so what happens when you really give this skip in the your script? Okay, instead of executing this particular block straight away in Pytest report, it will show a feature not implemented yet. This reason whatever you gave here, it will be printed in the report. Okay, so you can see that here Pytest doesn't run this test at all, it won't run this block at all. Okay, straight away the reason appears in the test report. So based on your testing framework, it will be listed. If you use HTML report, it will show there. If you use JUnit XML report, it will show there as well. Okay, so the takeout from here is very simple. If you use pytest.mark.skip, means that particular function will never execute. Whatever the reason you mentioned, it will clearly printed on the report. Okay, now this is one of the examples. See here, def test feature X, then we gave something like assert 1 plus 1. So this statement is true, but still this particular test is skipped because you used a marker called as a skip. Okay, I hope you got it. The next one is skip if. What it does mean is this condition skips a test only if the condition is true. Okay, inside this particular block. Okay, if this condition is true, then it will skip. If it is false, then it will execute. Okay, so that is what skip if means. Okay, so now in this condition, so you are getting your system a flat form. Okay, which is basically when you execute in Windows, your sys.platform is Windows 32, right? If you are using it in Linux, it will be Linux. If you are using it in a Mac will be coming as an output. Okay, now in this case what will happen, let's see. So if I am executing this program in my Windows machine, sys.platform is Windows 32. Is it true? Yes, it is true. Then what will happen? Fails on Windows, it will not execute, it will straight away skip it. Okay, so on Windows machine, skips the test and show the reason, fails on Windows. If you are executing the same program in Linux machine or Mac OS, this test will run. Okay, so that's the difference between skip and skip if. Skip is unconditionally skipped, it doesn't matter whether you give false true statements, doesn't matter. Okay, skip if will work if this statement is true, then it is going to skip. If it is false, then it is going to execute it. Okay, so let's see in a practical way like how it gonna work. Now the example that we already discussed is, so the first one is a skip. No matter what you wrote inside this particular function, it doesn't matter, straight away on report itself it will print feature not ready yet. This is the first output. Second output, let's see, I flip it. Like previously you are seeing it as Windows 32 and Linux. Okay, and skip only if running on Windows. Yeah, on Windows. Correct. This is correct. Okay. So now what will happen? Sys.platform, it will execute. Since my machine is a Windows machine, my output is obviously Windows 32. Okay. So this is a true statement. When it is true, what does that mean? It will skip. So it has to print not supported on Windows in my report for sure. Okay. That's the first thing we will test, and we will flip what will happen if we keep Linux or Mac here. Then we will see what happens also. And the third example that we took is data available. This is just a variable and we make it as a false. Okay. And inside of it, what we did is we are flipping it, not false. What does that mean? It's a true. So what does that mean? It should skip. Test data not available. It should skip. It should not execute anything over here. Okay. Now let's execute this. For that you need to type pytest -v, and what's the file name? Test skip and skip.if. Now I try to execute. You see everything gets skipped, right? Now let's see first one. As I told, whether whatever conditions you mentioned inside this block, it doesn't matter, it always skip. So this is agreed. And can you see it always print whatever you mentioned in the reason? Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, this is true, like system.platform double is equal to win32, win32 double equal to win32, obviously. So for that reason, so this is get skipped because this is true, and you are seeing a reason not supported on Windows. Correct, exactly. Now the third one is very simple. You are making it as a false. Okay, I mean variable as a false, and inside when it comes here, you are toggling it. Not means toggle, right? You toggled it, then it become true. Once this is true means this gonna skip, right? So it is skipped. Then the reason for that is data not available. Now let's toggle this. Okay, I'm saying myself to make this statement as a false. Okay, and sorry, let's make this as Linux. Okay, and this statement as win32. So what does that mean? You are going to make this statement as a false so that this function will be executed. Okay, this is the first one. Okay, now let's make this as a true. What does that mean? This gonna be false so that this function will be executed. Okay, now what is expected? 1 should skip, 2 should pass. Okay, now execute again. So 1 is skipped, right, as you expected. The other one is passed as you expected. The third one is also expected. Can you see any reason get printed? No, because this function is executed. This function is executed. Why they get executed is very simple reason. This statement is not true. This statement is not true. Okay, so that's how you can make use of inbuilt markers like skip and skipif is an example. But going forward, we will see a few more examples. In inbuilt, we have 2 more. One is xfail and other is a parameterizing. Parameterizing we already saw in the previous videos. So xfail we will be seeing in next video. I hope this video helps you. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.